Well, good afternoon and welcome to a Thanksgiving week show here on Facebook Live. I'm Mark Trowbridge with our Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce. And as always, I'm joined by Grant Miller, Miami's community newspapers. Wow, in silence. And this is the song, the music of the Cranberries. And why are we playing the Cranberries song Linger today?
Everybody knows why.
It's National Cranberry Day.
You know, Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving, to me, every day is Thanksgiving.
First of all, I could eat Thanksgiving as a meal every single day of the year. I love stuffing. I love potatoes. I love turkey. I love gravy. And as a young adult, maturing into a middle-aged adult, I have fallen in love with cranberries.
My grandmother used to make something with pineapple and what was it? Marshmallows cut. I don't remember, but it was so good.
Was it sweet?
Yeah, sweet potato. That's what it was.
Well, I have to tell you, right now, with supply chain issues being as prevalent as they are, major challenge getting your cranberry supply. And so they're limiting at Publix and other places how much you can buy. And my mother was notorious on Thanksgiving for buying the can of cranberry sauce that you would open on one end and kind of, jerk it until it sort of laid out.
And then she'd chop it up.
And then it would be in the shape of the can. And then she would slice it. And I never ate that as a kid because for the most part, it looked disgusting to me. But then I went to people's homes who either made it look better or they had real cranberry sauce. Today, we had a little potluck at the office and they served a delicious cranberry sauce.
I know you invited me and I got tied up.
How many weeks have we done this show? Well over a year.
I know.
And almost every single show you say to me, what? Andres, Howard, Tommy, what happened to my invite?
You did invite me. I was on the golf course at Key Biscayne doing a video.
Yeah. What were you doing a video of?
Oh, interviewing this guy who's been there 22 years.
The county's golf course out there?
Yeah.
Where the old Royal Caribbean Senior
the links, the golf course is beautiful. And I don't know
what's the most common item that you find on that golf course?
Iguanas.
That's exactly right. You're on the money. I don't want to interrupt your private call there. Why did it say private?
Did not. It was Elizabeth from.
Hello, Elizabeth Whitney. Call us in an hour.
She is the Fred Astaire of Palmetto Bay.
Oh, she has the franchise?
Yeah.
I used to be a student at Fred Astaire.
There's
good? A studio in Coral Gables owned by a lovely couple, Vladimir and his wife. And I used to take lessons from her. It was something I tried when they first opened. And I was pretty good. They teach the smooth dances.
Did you watch Dancing with the Stars?
I never have watched that show, but
a basketball player won it who's 6'8", 6'9".
Well, I mean, Emmett Smith won.
Yeah, but this guy,
these athletes have done a great job.
But he's 6'8".
What's his partner's height?
4 foot, and they just dominated. I watched.
Did it conclude last night?
Yes, he
was
won.
This the season that Carol Baskin was on?
I didn't watch every day.
Or Olivia Jade. I heard about Olivia Jade. She's the one who got her parents and sent to jail for getting into was it USC?
Yes.
On I think she was on a rowing scholarship.
No, she got in because she was a rower, but she really wasn't a rower. Something like that.
What?
Something like that.
Sorry,
all right,
Olivia.
All right, so let's talk about. What else is there? Cashew Day.
So it's a National Cranberry Day, National Cashew Day, which is a great nut,
and another
my personal favorite.
What's
nut.
the next?
Whiskey.
No.
Eggnog.
Coffee. What kind of coffee?
Espresso.
That's it. How do you know?
I don't know because I probably wrote the notes. Do we have any espresso here? There's usually a nice lady that comes in midway through our show.
Yes.
And brings us the little cafecito. But today, if she brought it in, I would have a shot because it's National Espresso Day. I'm not a coffee drinker, and I'm also not an espresso drinker.
Do you drink liquor?
I don't drink either. So my heart is liquor.
We have so much in common.
I just, I take my calories through food. And of course, even that's been curtailed as of late. So pretty darn cool to be celebrating 3 days. Now, I get the Cranberry Day because that's a staple on the Thanksgiving table. Not sure about the cashews, but those are my favorite nuts to eat. Salted. Oh, my goodness. There's a company that makes them with sriracha, which is a great little snack
What are you doing for
as
Thanksgiving?
well. Well, I'm glad that you asked because tomorrow
You're not going to
I'm,
see. You're not visiting your mom,
no, I was just home with my mom last weekend. So tomorrow is Wednesday, and so I'm taking an easy day. I scheduled no appointments, so I'll work out in the morning a little bit later, maybe like
7
8:30.
o'clock.
No, I'm normally there at 6:30, like
Okay.
I was this morning, but probably 7:30, 7:45. Just do a little cardio work, and then shower up, go to the office. I think a couple people are off tomorrow, so I'm just doing some catch-up work, and then might have a luncheon with a friend. And
With me?
I'd love to see you, but I'm probably going to have lunch with Maria Alonso tomorrow.
Where do I know that name?
Formerly of the United Way. She
Oh.
just stepped down. So I said, let me take you to lunch and thank you for your incredible work. What a legacy. She helped secure a $25 million gift from Jeff Bezos, his ex-wife, as part of her community
She
support.
she got that?
Maria and her team went out and got that, and they put
That's
together
totally
a great
impressive.
and I'm going to be on the steering committee of how that money is implemented. So very excited about that. And then we'll see what happens. I have my sister-in-law flew into town this morning. So
Where does she stay? At your
She will
house?
stay at my nephew's. And so they want to have dinner tonight. I usually walk on Tuesday nights with a friend, so I'll be walking until probably 7:30 or so. So I'll probably pass by around 8.
You know, we need to talk about important things.
You asked me what I was doing for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I'm
you're
giving
right.
you the whole runway. Thursday morning is a Trowbridge family tradition. Get up, do the turkey trot.
Which
I've
one?
got 6 people. The one that Frankie Ruiz and team put together, Baptist Health and Lifetime. And so that's part of my gym that they're sponsoring it. Super excited about that. So we usually, I think you have to be there like around 7. So we'll do that. And then I was going to do some volunteer food delivery, but they got filled up with drivers. They put out a call and you had to be there by 9, but I'll still be at the run walk. So I won't be doing that tomorrow. Sorry, Isabel. We love you at Branches. Thank you for the good work that you do.
She's a wonderful person.
Absolutely. One of the most lovely human beings. Just saw her at our breakfast last week. So Denise and I, my friend Denise and I, were going to go do that, but you have to be there at 9:30, and we weren't sure we'd be done and out of the park and over to the delivery place. So we'll try to figure that out for next year because there were a couple of different shifts, but always super cool. And then probably take a little nap.
At the office or at your house?
No, I'll be home and then go to my nephew's like around 12:30. As soon as the first football game's on, which is like 12:30, 1 o'clock. Usually it's the Lions. We'll eat an early dinner, and then I may go and visit my friend Sarah, have dessert over there, or my friend Francesca have dessert over there. It really depends. So, and then Friday, it's up early. I've got the trainer, and I'm doing an Instagram live show as well to promote Small Business Saturday.
Absolutely.
We just got our collateral, so I thought I'd show you a couple things that came in. These super cool masks. I love the color. I love the softness. And then they made these great tote bags that we'll be giving out. Say shop small with Amex. So got a lot going on. You know, it's a busy Thanksgiving week, even though it's the holiday. A lot of folks will be out shopping. I just want to remind all of you to please shop small on Saturday. Shop small all weekend. Many of our retailers will be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Plan to go out. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Well,
by the way, the espresso is on the way. Hello, George. And I don't know who else we have up there. We've got Sousa?
I don't know.
Read it. I have terrible eyesight.
So on our newsletter, they went out to Coral Gables, 16,000.
Very nice.
So
and I saw it in another iteration. We were a couple of stories down, but it was okay.
That wasn't nice. No, that was the countywide.
That's great.
This is Coral Gables alone. See what the headline says?
It's time to celebrate our small businesses.
Yeah, but by you, your name.
By me, yes. I always appreciate the partnership we have with you and Miami's community newspapers.
But
you're doing that the last few years.
But your chamber has some great partnerships. You have a partnership on your magazine.
We do.
With the Gables magazine.
Correct, Coral Gables magazine.
And that was a great, maybe the best magazine you put out in your history.
Well, we're very proud of this year's membership directory. What's cool about it is that significant number of member profiles, great advertisers who represent some of our quintessentially Coral Gables businesses, and of course, just everything you need to know about Coral Gables in one smooth, sexy publication. So Morgan's saying tune in Friday and Saturday to our Instagram page at Gables Chamber. So Morgan, before you leave today, make sure everything's
She's not
set up for me. I'm a little bit nervous about being ready on Friday because I'm going to work out, grab some breakfast.
Who's gonna do the show?
I'm going to have to figure out how to do it. I'm doing it with Violet D. Ayala.
Oh my God, that girl's a home run
from Fem City.
She's a home run.
Professionals. Yeah, she's the best. So we were chatting about it, and then all of a sudden she goes, well, what if we did a Facebook Live to my network? Not Facebook Live, Instagram Live. So
and she's got hundreds of thousands of women.
Morgan, already done. She's very efficient today.
Yeah, because she's going to be off for 2 days.
Well, this is when her family takes their time off, and she's been having a couple rough days. So
Morgan?
Thinking about her.
This girl, Violet, started this organization.
Violet?
She is just everything she does.
So 3 things you need to know about Violet. She's a great Gableite. For many years lived on Key Biscayne, but moved to the Gables, restored a beautiful home. She's got a great husband and family. Her son is over in Berlin. One of her daughters is an amazing rower for real. And just
in college or high school?
I think her daughter's still in high school. And then she has another daughter, a little bit older. And on top of that, she's one of the most beautiful souls. She loves small business. She loves the women in her, Fem City network. And she really is about empowering. She recently wrote a book. And I'm hoping in Q1 of 2022, she'll be in our book club and talk to our members. I had the great good fortune of meeting her a number of years ago. And I will tell you with all sincerity, love at first sight.
I met her, not me one-on-one, at an organization that she spoke of about 10 years ago. And I go, wow, she's just a winner. You could feel it.
You can. And it's funny because Morgan has been trying to talk me into doing our chamber headshots in front of the murals that are downtown now that the city and the bid partnered on. And she sent me a picture of Violet in front of it. And I'm like, oh, is she one of our employees now? First of all, she looked stunning in the photos. And second of all, I'm like, oh, all right, maybe we'll do a little field trip in December. I'm all about, getting our headshots updated because, some of our folks are, using ones that are slightly outdated.
So I used a picture from 1985 for years. So Mr. Adams.
You realize that was, 35 years ago.
Yeah. So Mr. Adams, what's
Larry.
Larry comes in, talks to me, and I'm walking around. He says, I love your son's column.
Larry is in his 90s. His son is our incoming chair, Thad Adams.
He's the incoming chair?
Yeah, he'll be the chair in September.
How exciting.
And even more interesting is that Larry is going to be honored with an award by a sister chamber in December with one of their annual big visionary downtown legacy of service awards. So we're super proud of Larry. We love the Adams family.
Don't.
And let's not forget Betsy, the mama. She's the queen.
She has a park named after her.
She does. Betsy Adams Park. We were proud as a chamber to be one of the many organizations that supported the park being named for her and the Garden Club.
Great family. Okay, let's talk about something really important. The Gators.
I hope we're talking about basketball because we won our 4th game in a row last night, 4-0. We beat the Cal Bears. We wiped the floor with Florida State. We haven't done that in a number of years. And tomorrow night, we play Ohio State in this preseason tournament.
Where's the tournament?
I think it's down in like the Naples area. It's in Florida.
So let's talk about, they fired the coach and they gave him the option to coach the last game.
And he said no. So here's the thing.
He had a no-win situation.
People are lamenting the loss to Missouri and the blown, play. And I said, first of all, kudos to Missouri for going for 2 in the first overtime.
Absolutely.
They knew that, we were struggling to, stop them. So, the fact that we were in that position of overtime anyway, that the coach played it soft, with over a minute left to try to not, get down the field and try to kick a field goal. That is, to me, in a nutshell, how this season has gone. We've played fast and furious against teams like Alabama. We've risen to the occasion and we've lowered ourselves to the lowest of expectations when somehow we deem the competition is maybe mediocre. I mean, Missouri is a mediocre team. That only means that Florida is even more mediocre. So when he, was interviewed after the game, he again had that shell-shocked look on his face, like after the South Carolina game. And all I could think was, this is it. The AD will have no choice but to fire him tomorrow, and that's exactly what happened. And he was offered the opportunity to close out the season, and he said he did not want to be a distraction. He wrote a lovely thank you note.
It was beautiful.
And off he went.
All right.
By the way, we're on the hook for $12 million. There's no buyout. There's no buy down. He gets $6 million within 60 days, and the next $6 million he gets over the next 6 seasons.
Okay, so who pays that $6 million?
Well, generally, it's understood that comes from booster money. So, when the boosters get annoyed and fed up, they're working the president of the university, the AD, and they're saying things like, I'll stroke the check. We got to go in a different direction. That's AD speak for, you've worn out your welcome here. So, I think Dan Mullen is a great offensive coach, and I think that's what he should be doing.
And that letter he sent.
Be an offensive coordinator somewhere. I imagine that Nick Saban's already called him and will hire him for a year in one of
Get him
those
back on his feet.
Rehabilitation roles of being a quality control advisor.
But in Dan's letter, he did say how great his teams were, but he was assistant coach those years that he won.
Well, the 2 championships that he referred to were clearly when he coached Tim Tebow in 2006 and 2008, when we won our 2 last national championships. But you're now going on, a decade plus, and the SEC is a challenging conference. It's about to get more challenging in the next couple of years with the addition of Texas and Oklahoma. It will change the dynamic of the divisions. And I will tell you this, it only gets harder. The road only gets harder.
Absolutely.
So build the talent. And I think what Scott Strickland, the AD, said is we're looking for sustained success.
Well, who's the AD? Was Keith Tribbley an AD there?
He was an assistant AD before he became the AD at UCF.
Okay, right. Okay, so we had the Canes who won.
Canes won, another surprising win, being up against a team that had played up and down. I think the biggest challenge for Virginia Tech was their coach got fired midweek as well, so they were in a little bit of disarray, which is probably a good prediction of how we'll play at home against FSU, unfortunately. And that's actually a game of consequence. The winner becomes bowl eligible and the loser goes home. And it may be time for Florida to take a break, reset. And the only people I feel bad for are the student athletes who the joy of going to a bowl game is very special, and they haven't been able to really enjoy a true bowl game for the last couple of years. Yet this team a year ago was in the hunt for the SEC championship and played Alabama as close as they had been played the entire season, including the national championship game a month later. So
Dolphins win. That was big.
Dolphins are they're finding an identity. I mean, they've had a pretty good defense. It seems like Tua gets more comfortable each week. They're not afraid to run the ball. I think that the Dolphins have always been, since Dan Marino was there, an offensive juggernaut. That was their goals. But Brian Flores is the defensive guy.
So with the quarterback, now that we see Tui, who was drafted after? Who did Dolphins pass on him? The Rams coach, right? The quarterback, right? Hubert from the Oregon?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, they passed a good quarterback. But
the guy from the Rams, Goff?
No.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Chargers. I don't know.
Okay, next thing.
George, tell us who they passed on.
Okay, George.
Who's playing really well? Jalen Hurts.
Oh, he's playing unbelievable.
Who is that guy?
Yeah, it's impressive. Okay, opening of Midtown. Did you go?
I went to see Middletown. Opening night of the first big production since the pandemic. I went with my friend Denise, my friend Cheryl, and my friend Laura. We had dinner before, so I went and got my hair cut, my nails done, then I had dinner with them, and then we went to the show. And it was great because it's a one act all the way through 100 minutes. And
wait, one act? There's no intermission?
By 10:10.
No intermission?
No intermission. My kind of show.
Was what's your name?
Hot Lips.
Yeah, how?
So I didn't wear my glasses, so I couldn't get a great beat on how she looked, but you can tell she's a woman of a certain age.
She's 84.
She is the age of my mother. My mother does not look that good. Sorry, Mary Lou.
Mary Lou, I think
But
you look
great
better.
hair, and listen, she's still got some good comedic timing. The real star of that show, to be honest with you, is Donnie Most. He's got the best lines, and
Dimos,
he's still
what
got that Ralph mouth too.
what show is he on?
Happy days.
Okay.
Sunday, Monday,
Day,
happy
happy days.
days. Oh yeah, Denise could see better than I do. She says she's had a lot of work.
Is Denise went with you?
Yeah, Denise was my date. She was fantastic.
Hey,
as
Denise. Thanks for
Denise
inviting
is
me.
always such a great trooper. And we did some book fair stuff together. And
Denise, you could have called me. I would go. That's all right, Denise. Okay.
she's a little young for you.
How old is she? 20?
Not exactly.
I just like that. Okay. Let's talk about
What happened to that? The espresso was on the way.
it's coming. It's coming.
That's a
All right,
slow
Small
boat.
Business Saturday. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
It's this Saturday. You
This
kick off
Saturday,
where?
are you going to come hang? Are you going to be in town?
Yes.
I don't want to put any pressure on you, like today. But at 10 o'clock, I'd be love to have you, Grant Miller, there. Can you bring a crew? Who's going to come film?
Nobody. They're all out. I was just going
Yeah,
out of town.
out.
Mike's going out of town.
No,
Okay,
get Mike back in here.
Okay, Bliss, what are you doing? Where's the opening?
Bliss Imprints and Gifts, the store that opened during the pandemic, a great stationer. One of my favorite kinds of stores. I can't wait to see what Eddie and Marilyn have put together.
Yeah, there he is.
for
See who
us.
the quarterback?
Oh, Burrows. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat who was a transfer from Ohio. Where did he transfer from? Ohio State to
Yeah.
LSU. He was
Yes.
a one and done at LSU. They went 16-0, got Ed Ogeron fired because they set up such high expectations. I mean, it's nuts. No, you know who the Dolphins were playing with the Jets? That guy that was such a little star for Miami, Braxton Berrios.
He's plays for them.
He is a punt returner.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Adrian posted that, and I'm like, oh, that's where I know that kid from. You know, he never really got the celebrated opportunity because Miami was having some down years.
Right.
But he's like
He's a
little
tough booger.
scat back.
Oh yeah.
Where's he from? What a name. That's like a
Announce it. Give me an announcement.
ladies and gentlemen, now starting for your New York Jets, Braxton Berrios.
Woo! Okay.
He's only like 4'11". But,
No, he's like 5'10".
is he?
Yeah, he's short.
Andres, find out how tall Braxton Berrios is.
All right, I'll just get
I'm
on.
feeling like it's his first year. Is he a rook?
No, he's been out a couple years.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right, let's talk about you got the next week. Last week. Celebrating
I want to
education.
finish on Small Business
Oh,
Saturday.
yeah.
So if you want to join us, 10 a.m. we'll be at Bliss Imprints and Gifts. I'm working with Mayor Lago's office, working with Mayor Daniela Levine Cava's office, and a few other folks. But we invite all small local businesses to join us for the kickoff. We'll have Small Business Administration there. Violet will be there.
Violet.
So there you go. Oh, he's 5'10". You hit it right on the head. Is that what he looks like?
Yeah.
He's always got the helmet on. He's pretty good
No,
looking.
wait, no, that's the wrong one.
No.
That's the wrong person. His first name is what?
Braxton.
Braxton.
Berrio.
Football player. Football
that
player.
young man doesn't exactly look like him.
There he is, 5'9".
that's him. Well, he is a little scat back.
How much does he weigh? I bet you 185.
180, 190. Looks good. Anyway, he did some nice work against the Dolphins. But again, back to Brian and the team, like, you know, all of a sudden they've got a little 3-game winning streak going.
Absolutely.
So I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but yeah, 190. But I do think that it shows me that this team doesn't quit. They were 1-6, 1-7, and more importantly, you know, it saves probably
A lot of
Brian's
jobs.
job.
Yes. Look at Core Gables Chamber.
Denise is all over it.
Denise,
Do you think he's attractive? I think that's the question. I think he looks like
Who,
a
me?
good-looking guy. Not you,
Oh.
Braxton.
Denise, pay attention to me. Okay.
So needy.
I am
Anyway, Small Business Saturday, and then at 11 a.m. we're doing the second installation of our architectural walking tour. Sign up today. We'd love to have you. If you want to register as my guest, put in your registration instead of paying the $10. Write guest of Mark, and I'll know that you were listening to Miami Community News, and you'll be our guest. We're looking forward to a nice crew, and we've got a little bit of a shorter, I guess, what's the term? Sort of shorter kind of
length of trip.
route. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about last week. It was pretty impressive. Regalado knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I think Raquel did a great job. How was her dog park event? Did you go?
See what she wrote?
I saw that. Let's ignore it. Now you get to be on camera today because it's National Espresso
Okay,
Day.
Her name's Denise Sabrero. Introduce her.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Denise Sabrero. This is a great picture, Denise. So this is me with
Gator.
Nikki Freed, our Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services. I emceed a luncheon with her a couple weeks ago. She is a future governor of the state of Florida. I think there's a very good chance she wins the Democratic nomination and potentially gives the governor a run for his money. But what I liked about that luncheon is straight shooter. Thank you, Denise.
You're welcome.
Andres, you have yours?
I'm not a coffee guy.
I'm not either, but it's National Espresso Day.
So
What's your vice, huh? Hey now. All right, here we go. To all of you listening, to all three of you listening, and Morgan, happy National Espresso Day.
I never drink coffee.
Wow, that's
Ever.
strong. I have to tell you something. I look good in that photo.
It sure do.
I look gubernatorial. That's a good photo. So Nikki's gorgeous, smart, accomplished, a Gator, a Floridian, a South Floridian. She went to Reef. Did she go to Reef? Palmetto. So
Let's get back to this. Good morning.
yeah, so Raquel did a great job. Raquel does a wonderful job weaving together so many different topics. So she was talking about principles of inclusion, talked about her own children being children on the spectrum, the work she did as a school board member, the work she's doing now as a county commissioner, making the business case, and most importantly, bringing people to the conversation. So I'm really proud to have her representing Coral Gables, but equally as proud to be working with her in her new role.
Yeah, she is outstanding. I saw her Thursday at your event, Friday at another event, and then Sunday, the dog park issue.
Right, that's her big baby, right?
Oh, the park is beautiful. It's huge. Dogs can run wild on one side and the other side. And it's so funny. She planted 80 trees there, but there's one giant one. All the dogs know where the shade is. Like, bam.
Tell me, were there any English bulldogs there?
It was at 11 o'clock. It was too hot for the English bulldog.
So English bulldogs you're 100% right. They're just not really into
Sweat.
being overheated, exercising, or being outside.
Right.
So like when Winston, like yesterday, it was still a little moist from Saturday and Sunday, and it was super foggy. And he knew, even with his, blindness and cataracts in one eye, he knew that, the air was thick with this fog, this loam, and he was not pleased. We've changed up his routine here at age 13 because I take him out.
How long have you owned?
I've had him, if he's 13, I've had him almost 12 of those years.
Wow.
He has been with me. So,
all right. So let's talk about Reconnect.
Reconnect, the one coming up is Rosanna Molinari Weber. And she is a personal injury attorney, a trustee of ours with Peter Weber Del Prado. That'll be on Wednesday, December 1st at noon. And then we'll have a wind down Wednesday a little bit later in the day. And I think we're confirming that for a location, right, Morgan? I think Erica went and visited them yesterday. So did we get the green light for me to say where that's going to be? It's going to be a limited audience, and we're asking people to please register and bring a gift for a senior. We collect gifts for seniors. We work with our friend Gabe.
He was here last week.
G. Armis, and I just made my purchase. I bought 2 pairs of socks, a blanket, and some Burt's Bees like creams. Those are my 3 additions to the. Oh my gosh! Don't misplace those, Denise. By the way, I don't know, but of all the espressos I've ever had, that was fantastic.
Thank you.
So-
I'm wired for sound.
Would you like another?
No, ma'am.
So speak
My
about
heart was already racing this morning. So
your man. They do take checks. If you don't want to go out and
they
buy.
do, or gift cards. So
Yes.
those are the 3 items I bought. Hopefully they'll show up today, and then we can collect them. Or you can drop anything for seniors off at our office. What we find the seniors really like are things that make them comfortable. Slippers,
Two of the people want
puzzles.
alarm clocks.
Alarm clocks are great. Make sure they have the large print. That's what I have in my bedroom. I have a very large alarm clock with the print. So like this morning, my body wakes me up at about 5:25. So I'll stare at the alarm clock and think, oh man, I've got 5 more minutes because I get up at 5:30 and then I snooze till 5:40. And I was out the door this morning at 6:10. Got there, did a mile and a half on the tread. Then I did my workout with Omar. And
I walk an hour or hour and a half
yeah,
every day,
that's a
slow,
lot.
and then I work out only 30 minutes with weights.
That's great.
But the problem
I
is
did a lot of weights today. So today I did leg presses. I did these step ups, but with holding 2 dumbbells.
that's
I
hard.
was on my back. What is that called when you press it over your head?
Like this?
Yeah, I'm on my back on
Yeah,
a
it's
bench.
like a bench.
Bench press.
Yeah, with dumbbells.
Yeah, it had, I don't know how much weight was on it, but I was doing that today. And then I did these things like these rows,
Yeah, that's for your back.
35 pounds, 10 on
Really?
each side,
I
3
can't do that.
sets. Yeah, man, he's got me super strong. We weighed in today. I already told you about that with the body fat and the muscle up 7.
I don't know how we get back to you. It's always about you. Why don't we talking
I am
about?
my mother's son. I mean,
We got Trowbridge, we got Reconnect, we got the book club.
So Tronos is on December 3rd.
Who is that?
Linda Leck is going to be joining us, and Linda is the head of the education fund, joined by her chair of the board, Pablo Pino from TD Bank. So Linda and Pablo, first time we've had a chair and executive together.
It's live. Is that going to be live or?
They'll be with me live in studio at
Okay.
the chamber, and then people will Zoom in.
Or can they come in person?
We would take a limited audience. If folks are interested, they could come in person.
Morgan, thank you for doing that. Thank you.
Thank you, Morgan.
Jingle Mingle? What?
Jingle and Mingle is off the chart. That's the event at Crate and Barrel. That's on December the 8th, a Wednesday morning, 8 to 10. Finish up your last minute shopping at Crate and Barrel. Here's what you get, folks. For $25, you come through the door, we give you a $20 gift card to spend. You get 10% off of full price items. You get a commemorative ornament. And if you visit all of the 5 stations in the store, you go into a drawing for a product from Brevia. I mean, you're practically getting this event
every
for
year?
free. First time we've ever done it. We're
they
hoping to make it. They're a brand new member.
That
We're
is a
hoping
great
to make
promotion.
it a chamber tradition. So if you're still looking to make a last few minute purchases, you're going to get a $20 gift card for your $25 investment. 10% off, and you're going to learn how to trim the perfect tree, set the
Wait,
perfect
so
table.
if I buy $100 gift, they take 10% off. It's 90. Then
Yeah.
my gift card's 20, so I'm paying 70. So I really got 30%
Right.
off.
And you only pay $25 to come to the event.
So it only costs me $5.
So you add 5 back to that. 75, you get all of that.
Do you get any cocktails, water, drink, ice?
There's going to be breakfast. There's going to be coffee.
Who's the breakfast by?
I don't know that. They're going to bring in one of their partners.
Oh, they're really?
They're doing everything.
Oh, this is a home run.
Here's what we're doing. We're selling tickets. Guess how many tickets we've already sold?
100.
Close. 49.
That's close.
We're limited to 75.
49% of the way there.
That's exactly right. So we can sell 75 tickets. Listen to these great sponsors. The Shops at Merrick Park is sponsoring. SMGQ Law, Best Practices Title, Alarm Brokers, and drum roll, please.
Oh.
I think Eric is going to have to tell me, or Morgan's going to have to.
Who's on first?
I forgot one.
Okay.
Is it Flavia? Is it Equipause?
Okay, move on.
No, I got to figure out who this is because now I feel like adult. Shops, SMGQ Law, Best Practices Title, Alarm Brokers, and I'm sure it'll come.
Morgan's sleeping.
Oh, I was right. It's Equipause,
Okay, perfect.
which is awesome.
What's Equipause?
They are a premium premier dog walking company owned by Flavia Berti and her sister. So if you need your pet taken care of during this holiday season, they'll either bring the dog to them, they'll go to your house.
Or
and house
anytime.
sit.
Anytime.
Anytime.
Yeah. Okay.
Anytime. Dog training, you name it. Equipause does it all. They were just named by Coral Gables Magazine as a top company in their dog issue.
Okay, you got who's the breakfast next in December?
Eric Palms from the Orange Bowl will be talking about 3 things. The upcoming Orange Bowl.
And by that time, he might already have. When's your lunch breakfast?
They should know the teams. So our breakfast is on the 16th. So we're going to talk about the Orange Bowl, its investment in the community over all of these years, and what's going to happen with the expansion of the playoff system, going potentially from 4 to 8 to 12. So you're going to get some inside baseball. We'll be auctioning off some tickets to the Orange Bowl. So I
Really?
hope folks will.
Oh,
when
you got to
they
pay
have
for
time-
them. It's not like a drawing. An
Oh,
auction.
yeah. It's a live auction, and then that money we use to put towards our education fund. How about
Interesting.
them apples?
That's 2 tickets or 4?
I think we'll do 2 sets of 2. I have to double check and see what our commitment is.
And a
but
parking pass. Find out.
I think both of them have a parking pass. So what's really great is whether you're a fan, not a fan, love football, don't love football. And I don't know what date is the game this year. Andres,
Just
do
can you
know?
check? Stop
The
Texas.
Capital One Orange Bowl 2022.
2.
Last year was on New Year's Eve.
That was a great one. Okay.
I went last year. I thought it was awesome.
All right. We already talked about turkeys.
Or was it on the 30th?
We talked about turkeys. Instagram.
What does it
You
say? December 31st, 2021. There you go. It's either at 3:30 or 7:30 p.m. That's awesome. So it's on New Year's Eve.
perfect. If it's
Thank
a good
you,
if it's a good game, it's a good game.
So there's tie-ins, but those are superseded depending on if you're a semifinal, final, etc. So this year I think we're in our regular rotation because we were a championship last year. So
let's talk about important things. Trustees.
trustees, yeah, we've got 2 so far for the month. Looking for 5 more. Got just a couple of hours left, really, because the holidays are upon us.
No, please. You got until Monday or Tuesday.
I know, but a lot of folks are checking out.
No,
brother.
we don't check out. We work.
We've got
Andres,
26 members total for the month. So
Is
our
that good?
goal there, that's pretty good. We want to be at about 35,
It is-
36
for this month.
for this month. Yes.
It's pretty exciting. Chamber is growing. Every time you go, there's new people. The important thing, what you give in is what you're going to get out of the chamber. And
Listen, we're very blessed. We had a board meeting today. It's a short week. 26 of our, board members were there. either
Virtual
on
or in
Zoom.
person?
We had 8 in person, and the rest were zooming in.
26 out of how many?
38.
That's great.
So with the short holiday week, our first vice chair, Sarah Hernandez, ran the meeting because Anna Chowie is traveling with her family. And what was really cool is we talked about some deficiencies, and board members said, hey, I'll step up and sponsor that, or I'll step up and be at that, or I'll come and do that. And that's really what a board's about. I mean, that's my experience. I serve on a half a dozen different boards. And when folks are telling you what's going on, what's not going on, you need to raise your hand. We have a very engaged, active board, and I count on them to help us deliver.
That's pretty impressive right there.
You betcha.
Okay.
By the way, 2 of those sponsors for the Jingle Mingle mix came right from that board meeting. SMGQ Law and Best Practices title. Our 2 board members.
Who is that?
SMGQ, that's Mitchell Mandler, but that's your good friend,
Who?
Sanchez Medina.
Oh, my boy.
That's right.
He
He's
played
the
foot-
SM.
He played football for me as a kid.
Now, we're missing Rowley because they moved their offices down to Brickell.
Really? Out of the Gables?
Well, some of their folks are still there. They have a smaller office, but he and a couple of other partners went down to Brickell. They bought an office condo. So the only thing I can say, Rowley, is this. I now have your parking space.
Was he in your building? He was in,
Yeah, we're in the same building. They're upstairs.
That's good. That's
Yeah,
a
so
good thing.
Mitchell's staying put, and Mayor Bermudez, who works with them, is staying put here in the Gables. But I always had parked 2 spaces over, and then the building manager said, hey, they're both leaving. You want that space? I'm like, heck, yeah, I'll tell you why I like that space. It's got more turning radius. And, I drive Lolita. She is a big dog.
Okay, George has a question for you.
Yeah.
Or either are you going to the float to have a float for the Gables Parade?
So that's a great question, George. We are not planning to have a float. I am in conversations with the Orange Bowl, Junior Orange Bowl, about sponsoring one of the walking units. There's going to be a lot less floats this year, a lot more walking units. And I think that's still a kind of post-COVID recovery activity. But that event's coming up shortly. Always a great community event, and certainly want to take my tip of the hat to Don Slesnick III and the entire group. They've done a reimagination of the parade, and the theme this year, I believe, is Miracle on the Mile.
Well, Samantha Jones is really kicking butt, the chairperson.
Oh, that's great. I was thinking the character from Sex and the City, Samantha Jones.
Oh, her too.
She's kicking butt and taking names.
Well, it's
By the way,
time.
I went and saw a movie. I love movies.
Wait. What movie did you see?
I went last night and I saw King Richard.
I want to see that. Was it intense?
I wouldn't say it's intense. It's a long movie, 2.5 hours.
Oh no, I can't go.
But what I would tell you is that I've been around the game of tennis for a very long time. I was a tennis official for a number of years. I donated time and volunteered for the Williams family with Oracene Williams Owl Learnings Foundation. And let me tell you, what you learn about Serena and Venus is the destiny to being champions that was instilled at a very young age. The talent was there, but their mindset was incredible. And, you know, they raised them to be thoughtful, kind, generous young ladies. And you really see that show through. You know, there were many times I saw Richard Williams in the stands. I thought he was a little bit nutty, but now you kind of get to the generative core of that.
Will Smith,
sort of
did he play a good
behavior.
role?
I think he did a great job.
Well, we
You've
know
got two guys playing roles that I think are very potentially, you know, I don't know, Oscar worthy. You've got Will Smith playing Richard Williams, and you've got John Leguizamo in the movie Critical Thinking, where he plays the chess teacher here in Miami at Miami Jackson, who took 5 young men to their first ever chess championship, national
what
championship.
movie was that?
It's called Critical Thinking. It was made 2 years ago. It never got released other than streaming service. And now it's in, you know, limited release. And I saw it at the Art Cinema. And it's phenomenal. I mean, would you ever guess that Miami-Dade would produce a national championship team and a national champion in chess? And they went to Miami Jackson. This was 1980s. And really incredible. They were going up against kids from country club schools and private schools. So
Well, your team over there, Denise, thank you, is on HBO special. George Gonzalez says you and I should get a convertible together to represent the show. Get Michael to drive it. Williamson can provide the car, or Cory Gables Mercedes deal. George, you're pretty good.
George, you're so full of ideas. I don't know how you're not in marketing or consumer products. Maybe we can get the right. Denise is right. It is King Richard is streaming on HBO Max, but I do think it's the kind of movie that feels good on a big screen because you want to hear. There's a lot of tennis in the movie as the young girls move into juniors and the pros. I don't know if people remember, but you know they were growing up in Compton. They were being denied access to playing on any courts other than public courts. They were literally playing with worn out balls in the rain. They were living in a very tough neighborhood. And they moved to Florida to go to the Rick Macy Academy. And Rick worked with him for a number of years. And there's a great scene, and this is all public record, it's not a spoiler, where Nike comes to pitch Venus on the night before she turns pro. She's out in California, in Oakland at the Bank of the West tournament. Reluctantly, her father let her agree to play in her first pro tournament at 14. She hadn't played any juniors matches in 3 years because he wanted her to just have fun playing tennis and not worry about a trophy or competition, but to go out, be fit, and have fun, which again, I think has a lot to do with the longevity of her career. So the night before, Nike makes her a $3 million deal to exclusively sign with her. And she says no. She wins her first round match. They come back and offer her $4 million. No. She loses.
She's 14.
14. Because her dad said it's her decision. Her parents said, we've raised her. It's her decision. She loses to the world number 1, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, who was the reigning French champion, the incredible Spaniard who had also won the U.S. Open, was very versatile on all surfaces. And, you know, Nike was still talking to her. 9 months later, she signs a deal with Reebok for $12 million.
That's my girl.
That's our South Floridian treasure, Venus Williams. Because don't forget, she and her sister, they lived for years in Palm Beach Gardens. So
Well, it's a
pretty
wrap.
cool stuff. So that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, Small Business Saturday is this Saturday, the 27th. We want to see you out at Bliss Imprints and Gifts. Shop local, support local, and as always, let's take care of local. Happy Thanksgiving.